Good morning. My name is Will Davis. Video games have come a long way. In 1998, it used to be that my brother and I would sit down in front of the television and turn it to channel 3 or 4. Then, one of us would put in 007 GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64 and set up the multiplayer match. I would always choose James Bond, and my brother would be Jaws. We would play that game all day. Sometimes switch it over to a one-player experience, watching the other play Resident Evil 2 or Star Fox 64. Those were very simple times. Then video games evolved to where we didn't have to be in the same room. In 2018, my brother would download Call of Duty on the Xbox One and play it at his house while I invited him to the matchmaking lobby that I created so we could play together. We would stay up all night, playing shooters together even though he was miles away. Virtual reality gaming became a real thing in 2035 when Microsoft and Google released X-Home, the definitive VR experience. It revolutionized not only gaming, but how we experience life. Using it, not only were my brother and I able to be in a world together, what felt like physically, we could touch and smell and feel everything around us. Shooters were great together because I could have his back and he could have mine, literally. We were miles apart in the real world, but so close in those worlds. But as I was saying, not only was gaming changed, but also we could see football games together in the virtual world. We could travel to our favorite team stadiums without having to drive miles and pay hundreds of dollars. We spent $50 a month to watch any football game and feel like we were actually there in the stadium. The X-Home was the best system we ever had. I loved my brother and I loved playing games with him. That all went away last year when he suddenly passed away. I won't tell you the causes because knowing the company, you probably already know who he is and how he died. In the 2030s, there was software developed by all the major gaming platforms that studied your gaming behavior and could simulate as if you, the real person, were playing the game. It took the concept of the me and the avatar to a whole other level. I'll admit, it was pretty cool to play shooters with my brother's character that he made. It would play exactly like him when he was on deployment. It was as if he was there. When he got back from deployment, I helped boost some of his character's stats, so he was never a lower XP than I was. The reason why I'm writing this letter to you, Apple, is because of your technology and what happened last night. Your technology sounds great on paper. The ability to make an exact clone of anybody who has ever owned your product to be placed in a virtual reality world. You have taken all data from phone calls, texts, emails, playing styles, search history, and whatever else you're able to mine data from, and you have created my brother. My brother is dead. Last night I was able to play a game with him. It wasn't his avatar like I'm used to. It wasn't the one with the purple hair, buff muscles, and weird tattoos. No, it was him. It looked just like him from 2 years ago before the chemo. Before his hair fell out. Before he got incredibly skinny. Before he lost the ability to speak. No, you made something that looked just like him when he got back from the war. Not only does he look like my brother, he even talks like him. I got into the iWorld and went to the video game section of the main lobby. Said hello to a couple of friends. I admit, it's pretty cool. I look just like myself in there down to the clothes that I was wearing, and some of the people in the lobby, the lack thereof of clothes. But I went to the video game section and decided to play the remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a true classic. In this game, I am able to be me. It is me in the uniform fighting against the Middle Eastern insurgents. I'm not more buff than I am. I'm still wearing my glasses, as a matter of fact. I'm exerting real effort to play this game like I'm running in the over 100-degree heat in the desert, going room to room clearing out enemies. At midnight, I saw that your update dropped, the Virtual You update. The update notes were very vague on your website. I guess that's because you didn't want Nintendo, Disney, Amazon, or Google to compete with you right out the gate. But I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, so I accepted the update and continued playing. About an hour later, I get an invite to join my game. I look to see who it is, and damn if it isn't my own brother trying to play. I think to myself that this is really odd. I have played with his avatar since his death just to have another person to play with me in co-op matches. But I have to be the one to activate his avatar and make it play with me. This time was different. His profile reached out to me to play. I accepted the invite, and then there he is. My brother in uniform, ready to play. Not his avatar with the purple hair, it was actually him. Short brown hair, stubble on his face, those hazel eyes. It was my brother. I jumped back at the uncanny valley that I was witnessing. At first, it was very impressive. I spoke to him and told him the mission we were on, and he responded, "I don't care, I just want to play a game with you. I missed you, bro." That hit me hard. I almost cried a little bit, and with tears held back, I said, "Alright, let's roll out." We went through the mission, but it wasn't as usual. I noticed something was off when he began wincing with the loud gunfire. It was like he had war flashbacks. After a little bit, he seemed to get over it, and we saved a few hostages, rescued our unit that was ambushed by a tank. Then we got to the part where our helicopter was taken off. He turned to me and said, "I'm so glad that I'm back. I've really missed you." My brother hugged me, and for the first time in almost 2 years, I felt him. He was real. Like really real, and there in front of me. Then the nuke goes off, and the helicopter crashes. My brother crawls out of the helicopter over to me and is crying in so much pain. He tells me how, "I don't want to die. I don't want to leave you again. Please, Will, don't let me die." Then, as the game normally does, everything goes white and you die just like in the original game. But my brother laid there in pain and was screaming until I exit back to the lobby. I tried to shake it off that it's not real. It's not real. I left iWorld and made some food to kind of get over the emotions that I felt being with my brother again. After a while of thinking it over, I go back into iWorld and set up a game of Resident Evil, where my brother and I would be co-op. He shows up just like last time and is so excited to see me. He hugs me and cries on my shoulder saying how much he missed me. I cry a little bit too and hug him saying how much I missed him. It felt too real at that point. I was there with my brother again. After the hug, we were playing the game like we always did. We knew exactly where all the keys were, and the enemies, and all the puzzles. Plan was to beat the game in about 3 hours. That is, until one of the Crimson zombies attacked my brother and bit him. He screamed in actual pain. I shot the zombie off of him and gave him one of my green herbs for health, which healed him back up to green and he was fine. He told me that it actually hurt him. I thought that was weird since he's not real to be acting like that. We took the rest of the game slowly and I protected him until we beat it. At the end of it, I told him that I was about to go to bed, and what happened next is the reason why I'm writing this letter to you. He drops to his knees, begging me that I don't leave. He said through tears in his eyes, "Please don't leave me like you did at the hospital." I just lost it and bawled my eyes out hugging him. I separated from him and told him goodbye and that I love him. "Apple, please fix this. This is just too much." You took how he was feeling at the end of his life and put it into his avatar. Also, I'm almost certain he feels pain in video games, so please correct this. I don't want other people to experience their loved one going through that. Thank you. Your product beta tester, Will.